Hello, welcome to another video. In today's video, this is a bizarre story of, I'm pretty sure, well, it ends up with cops, but I'm pretty sure that it was the cops that created this whole nightmare, right? But I'm not 100% sure. Stay tuned and make your own decision. Okay, so was going to this dispensary for a couple years, okay? And one of the first times I was in there, I've told this story before, this girl hit on me. She was attractive, but not very bright. And so I was just like, don't mess around with not bright girls anymore, not even a little bit. It's too, I'm done with not bright girls. Women, excuse me. She was 26 or 7 or something like that, right? Fully attractive. So this is like the second or third time I'm in there, right? It was like, wow. And then actually, kind of weirdly, one of her childhood friends that they know from around here that is married, right? One night, there's a woman getting propane at the same time I am, and she has this giant propane tank. And I'm like, hey, I need a hand putting that in the back. Help her put it in the back. She says, I live out here with my sister. Just, right? She was married. So these two women both were hitting on me, and I was like this both times. I was just being nice to the one, helping her put the propane tank, but I'm not trying to, I didn't come out to this area to hook up with locals, all right? So now this place, Plante, has had attractive women working there on and off, and dudes and cool dudes and not cool dudes and cool people and not cool people, And I was in there, and honestly, I was in there too much. I didn't realize my little vaporizer gizmo wasn't working correctly, and I was eating a lot. Like every time I'd go, my mouth would be full of this stuff. It was giving me stomach problems. I didn't realize until it finally broke, and I bought something new. And I was like, I'm literally like at a quarter of what I used to go. So I was just pissing away money inadvertently, right? Not really. So anyway, I was in there all the time, right? And I was friendly with they had some kind of thing that went down, the ownership, I don't remember exactly what happened, but the owner changed hands. When it changed hands, the manager that was working there left, and one of the people that was there became the manager. Really friendly with him. And then I was actually going in there a bunch when I didn't even need to go in there later on, because I was trying to bump into him because I wanted to make a video with him where we go around all these different birria places in Bend and just bag on them because they're also horrible, right? I thought that'd be a cool video, but he got fired because of this situation that I'm about ready to freaking describe, right? Which I'm not sure the cops weren't involved with right from the fucking start, okay? Because that's the way they operate, right? They have such a boner for me, it's ridiculous, like, pfft, fools. So anyway, I've been going in there, and another reason I was going in there a bunch is because I was trying to work a deal with them where I could, or whoever artists could put 420 related art on like a wall. Like in some restaurants, they hang art on the wall and you can buy it. So that's what I was trying to get this place to do early on. And I gave them this clock, right? To try to show them like, yeah, but it was happening all at the same time as all the drama was happening there. And I was trying to get them into this like recycling stuff into 420 art, right? So this is like stuff that I was just, because I constantly got little things I want to do. And there's a lot of it's based on recycling, right? So now I go in there one day and there's this woman that I recognize from someplace, and she's painting a mural right on the wall that I was hoping to be able to sell 420 art on. Oh well. So I'm watching her going in there, every time I go in there, I, look at her art, compliment her art, and go in and get my stuff, very polite, right? And I realized, or I asked her, I feel like I know you, and she worked at this bottle shop that I was going to for a hot second until I realized it was just ridiculously expensive. And I recognized her from in there. Okay, so now, in the process of her painting that wall, I actually saw her profile on Tinder as well, right? So now, she's just not there anymore. The painting's done, and I don't see her anymore. And I'm going in there, and I'm getting there, and I asked the manager, because I have still, I'm not finished with it, a clock that's framed 420 style recycle stuff, right? That I was thinking about having the center painted, right? And I was like, oh, she paints? That would be cool. So I wanted to talk to her about that, right? So I asked the manager, hey, what happened to that girl that painted all that stuff, right? And I could just tell by his response that he didn't like her at all. And it was so blatantly obvious that if I could tell that he didn't like her, then everyone else that worked there must have known that as well. And she only had one shift, Saturday nights, right? So he told me that, and I was like, all right. And like maybe a month or so goes by, and I was in town. Oh, it's Saturday, so I cruise by, and I go in there, and she's like fully decked out in like, wow, you're wearing full-blown fetish gear. Well, I guess there's no kids. It's a dispensary. Everybody's 21. Cool. You must be hella cool. So, that's what's going through my head. They're busy. I was kind of shocked. Like, wow. I thought she was cool already because she's an artist, And now I see that she wears fetish gear. She must be really cool. Well, so then a couple weeks go by. I go back in there and I say, are you interested in a job offer? And she says, yeah, give me your phone number or text me or whatever direction. I can't remember. I gave her my number. She texted me. I specifically did not text her back that night because I didn't want her communicating to her coworker my business. So I just waited until the next day, text her, no response. That was kind of weird. Like nothing? And at the time, right, it was super weird. It's still super weird. But now, what makes it a lot less super weird is that she texted me. I did not text her back until the next day. Sometime in that period, the cops texted her or called her, told her whatever bullshit story. Now, mind you, I was wanted for questioning on a bank fraud case in like 96, right? And the cops told my girlfriend that I was wanted for murder, okay? So you cannot trust what comes out of cops' mouths ever. Look, there's this whole subsection of our population that goes to school to learn how to become liars, okay? They're called lawyers, okay? You have normal people that tell the truth, and you have normal people that lie. Then you have professional liars that go to school. Okay, so those professional liars work with the pigs to train them how to be completely devoid of any factual information, truth, anything, okay? So who knows what kind of horseshit, BS, complete fictitious fantasy world bullshit the cops come up with to tell people to then use them to extend their horseshit waste of money on me, okay? So now they text or whatever, and I'm not 100% on this. This could have just been her trying to manipulate a way to ultimately get onto a cushy unemployment thing, blaming everybody else for a bunch of shit, like, you know, because the manager did get fired over this, right? So I text her then again. So now I've texted her twice, still no response, like super weird, right? So now I'm going in there, right? And now all of a sudden she's there all the time, all right? And I never see the manager. And I'm going in there all the time trying to bump into the manager for this video, right? And she's in there all the time. No big deal. I talk to her, I say hi. Well, one of those times, like I have done 100 times before, because I've been in there for years, right? I see you guys later, bye, right? As I'm leaving, and she does this. Like I just had said, I'm gonna murder everybody in this place, right? Which I said, okay, see everybody, bye. And her reaction was this. I knew the horse shit was coming then. I didn't suspect that the pigs were involved at that point, but that is definitely like somebody being employed by the pigs to create some fictitious issue with me, right? So yeah, just act like he's being mean or creepy or like he's obsessed with you, or you know, who knows, you know, my reputation in the industry is impeccable, right? For a decade I quit the industry, left my employees to run the company, and then they didn't do shit right, but everything was just fine, right? So I mean, how was I able to be a successful person for 10 years if I'm right? It doesn't add up. Nothing to do with the pigs adds up. So when shit starts to not add up, I blame the pigs. That's why I think she got a text. And now she's basically working for the pigs, right? And all she has to do is be there when I'm there and then say something like, oh, he blah, whatever. You know, just say whatever, right? Which the cops will just say whatever. They have zero interest in facts. They have zero interest in justice. They have 100% interest in fascist, racist, dictatorship shit. Period. Okay? That's what the cops are. Cops are inherently fascist just by the way it's all set up. Okay? Look at my video on the history of policing. Okay? We have two forks. One came from slave owners, and the other fork came from rich people hiring security guards, okay? That's where our policing comes from, and that's why it's such a mess, okay? Facts. So, one more time, I don't know how many times I saw her, like 4 or 5 times, right? Then around Halloween, I text her offering to hire her to do my Halloween makeup. Again, nothing, no response, right? Like, who gives somebody their phone number and then doesn't respond to them? Now, mind you, I've got years, a decade. You know, I supplied all the talent to move regular movie productions all over the city of Portland, okay? So how was I able to do all that? Well, I was able to do all that because the fucking pigs weren't texting people and telling them. Because out here in the middle of nowhere, I mean, there was a mass shooting out here. These dumbass cops, they weren't onto that motherfucker. They spending hundreds of thousands of dollars putting people on fucking unemployment just to try to rip me off again, right? Because they're mentally fucking midgets. Mental midgets, right? So, one more time I'm in there, and I'd see him always smiling, always saying bye to everybody, and she does it again. Like I was, bye, see ya. I'm saying bye, see ya, and she's like this, and I'm just like, wow. And for the longest, I thought it was just her, but it's probably the cops, right? Then she's gone. Then everybody else in there, it's just like this when I come in there. Just like, they took my clock I gave them off the wall. I gave this place a clock. They took it down. Yeah, because I was nice to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the reality. Like, I was just nice to everybody all the time. She then made up a lie on the manager got fired. I don't know what exactly transpired on that, but I'm pretty sure that she was neener about my business, and then him being not liking her and being kind of a jokey comedy kind of guy. I mean, God, he was a pretty funny dude, really. Probably just said some little whatever, and she was able to get him fired, get her hours from 1 day a week up to full time, kept that full time just long enough to be able to go on full-blown unemployment because there was somebody whatevering her there. 100% bullshit. 100% bullshit. Okay, now at that very gas station where I helped that woman put the propane tank in the back of her SUV, I have been going there for years, and for the past couple years, when I talk with everybody while they're filling my propane tanks, is this, right? Like, I'm getting some insane results on my property, the grass. There's a drained wetlands right where this community mainly turns in to go to get out of here. Right there at that turnoff is a drained wetlands, right? So these are the types of things I talk with the people there about, right? So this one woman in particular, okay, I told her about the grasslands and all this. Next time I saw her, I don't know the duration, there's other people there and this and that, but this particular woman, right, I asked her the next time, I go, did you see what I was talking about there at the corner, right where the mailboxes are, behind wetlands? And she said, no, I didn't hear anything about that. And I was just like, wow, okay, done. She's probably working with like a, 70, 80 IQ, right? And so it's like, yeah, I did my best to try to inform her of something that's going on out here, and that was pretty much the end of my attempt. So then the next time, I was just standing, like I put the propane tanks there, and she's over there, and I'm just like, whatever, looking at the grassland, the whatever, just not saying anything to her. She says something yacht about the weather, and oh yeah, so then we chat about the weather. All right. This is all about the same time, right, as this other story that I'm telling, right? So, and again, like this is months, a long time ago, right? Like last year, last winter. So, the next time I see her, I go in, to get somebody to pump the propane, come out. And she's walking behind me and she goes, and it was super awkward. Like it, and I was, at the time I was like, oh, whatever, but it was awkward. She says, my name is, I don't remember her name now, but I did remember her name back then, which I was pretty proud of myself because I suck at names, right? So she says, well, I know we've been introduced or something like this, but I just wanted to make it official or whatever, right? Whatever she said. Which again, it was just a little weird, awkward, right? Okay. So then the next time I see her, she's actually working at the register, right? So she didn't pump my propane, she's at the register. And when I get up there, I said her name, and out of the corner of my eye, the manager lady, like, she does this. I was like, wow, that was weird. I mean, literally, when I said this girl's name, that woman did this. Then I saw her one more time, but she wasn't working there anymore. And at that point, everybody there started getting really, really weird, okay? So I think what actually, something migrated, because this is a small town, some information about that bullshit at Plante migrated to that place, right? The bullshit story, the cops were behind. Okay, I did nothing. I was nice and polite, like I had been to every single person that ever worked at that place. Attractive females, unattractive females, dudes, I'm the same. A nice person, chit chat, okay? Always the same, all right? I offer somebody a job as a production assistant. A production assistant. That's it. As a production assistant. They never respond. They're already into some kind of bullshit with the manager. Not sure what that was all about, but the manager didn't like them. Nothing to do with me. That was already when I offered them a job as a production assistant, But I never get a response. Okay? That's where I think. So now, we got the undercovers at the fucking Diamond Tree. We got that bullshit that went down at Plante. Whatever horse shit that, the cops are just making shit up. Just making shit up like they have my entire life. Check out the video where I go through my entire criminal record, and it's nothing but cops lying, cops and people lying, okay? My entire criminal record is nothing but me being lied about, okay? Or racist laws, okay? Every drug law is written by a racist with racist intent, all right? That's why there's so many problems with drugs. Anyway, so what I think happened is I think the bullshit from Plante migrated to the gas station. Then this not very bright woman, comes up with some sort of plan to say whatever and then go on freaking unemployment. Just get a free ride. So I think there's actual fraud going on. Like, the cops are defrauding the unemployment system in Oregon because they're contacting somebody and telling them all this bullshit. Or just think, if the cops never would have contacted this woman at Plante the first time, which I am nearly positive they did, okay? Because who doesn't respond to a text message that they just gave their phone? You know what I'm saying? I mean, there was nothing in the text message you wouldn't respond to, So if the cops wouldn't have done that, then she never would have gotten the extended hours. The manager never would have gotten fired. she would have never been able to go on unemployment. And then I think the story goes up to there because I pull in there one day and there's like a cop, but not for like a reservation cop, right? And you know, I just thought he's there. I'm just going there for whatever reason, propane probably. And he goes something, how you doing, whatever, and I said, fine, and you? And he doesn't respond, like a fucking asshole, right? And then when I come back out, the fucking punk's sitting there taking a picture of my fucking truck. Like, what are you doing, fucking punk? Taking a picture of my fucking truck. Oh, big man. Yeah, you're doing shit, buddy. Ooh. Fucking pieces of shit, okay? So now, you see this? I come out here to start a farm. They try to kill me, they try to set me up for arson, now they run around and just make shit up and get people on unemployment and have people, just all we need you, this is the cops, all we need you to do is just say he did whatever, and then we can keep up this bullshit. And people, give fucking people free money? Oh yeah, you're gonna get to go on unemployment and not have to work? You just gotta say, whatever, okay? I did absolutely nothing to anyone. I'm always nice and polite to everyone. I offered this one chick a job because I felt sorry for her because she freaking had 1 day a week. She was an artist and she was in fetish gear at work. So I thought she was hella cool. Maybe she was, but if she was hella cool, the manager probably wouldn't have disliked her. So there was already some issues there that didn't have a thing to do with me. Nothing. I wasn't the reason why the manager didn't like her, right? What was that issue? I met her first at the bottle shop. Why didn't she continue to work at the bottle shop? Was that my fault too? Are you just gonna blame everything on me so you can come in here and try to kill me or try to rip me off again? Go fucking after, apparently there's hashtags. I don't remember where the fuck I heard this. I was watching the freaking Wall Street Journal was talking about sickos, right? And how they're just on Instagram under certain hashtags. And I'm like, are you kidding me? It's Instagram? Because like CC Unit is taking down sickos all the time, okay? Cops don't do that, right? I'm like, where are these sickos that CC Unit's taking out? Well, apparently it's just freaking Instagram. So there's literal sickos right on Instagram just posting hashtag sicko whatever BS. Cops do nothing. I'm out here trying to start a farm, discover that these grasslands are severely degraded, and hey, look what happens with you. And they're all over me like I'm a demon or something, okay? And this is why we seriously need to fix law enforcement, because they have jumped the rails off into Looney Tune land. They don't live in reality. They have been lying since their inception. The police are not the answer to everything. If you just keep turning everybody into criminals, we just got this new law, now you're a criminal, we just got this new law, and you're a criminal, that devolves all the fucking laws. It degrades that. So people will go do the sickest, most fucked up shit because of all, you just keep turning people into criminals. So like this, I don't even want to go down the path because there are some seriously fucked up people. I completely acknowledge there are some really fucked up people. My argument is how they got fucked up in the first place, okay? And that's where we should be focusing. We should be dealing with shit before it gets to the point of people doing horrific shit, okay? And seriously, it's gonna take changing the society completely. Okay, it's called a resource-based economy, right? And it's gonna take, anybody watching this video is gonna be dead before it takes effect. And that's how a good system should be. Because you can't just go in with a freaking army and kill people and then be like, now we do it this way. No. You have to educate people. You have to make people smarter and smarter and smarter until finally every single problem in the world has been solved. I mean, we pretty much almost don't have to work because of robots. All right? So obviously things need to change, okay? Things need to change. Cops need to get the F out of my life completely. And you know what? I think y'all gonna get me paid by the taxpayers hugely, because I am 99% sure you have jumped the shark. You've gone out of bounds. Like, you can't do this shit to people like you're doing to me. Like, you fucked up. You went too far. And I think you're gonna have to, that's why I say we need to get cops to have insurance, so the insurance pays, not the taxpayer, because I'm gonna feel bad when I get the settlement from all this police harassment. So then I go and I'm looking for a new dispensary. And there's shit here, shit there, shit there. I go into this one and literally they got undercover cops in there. 2 of them. I think I actually told this already, but I go in there and this chick's like, something about the grass, right? Like, nobody talks about the grass or the junipers, nobody, right? And then I'm in there like a week later and there's a different girl in the same spot saying the same thing. Then when I called them, when I realized they were fucking cops in there, I called them up asking for the officer. Yeah, can I get the officer in there? And guess who the phone went directly to? It went straight to the fucking broad that was the original broad cop that fucking was like, blah, 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 about the grass. Oh, give me your YouTube channel, subscribe. I see a subscriber, I look at her channel, and she's sitting there going on and on about this, the most like random shit about Craigslist. I just want to help you out with your project on Craigslist. I mean, it was so dumb. And this woman, I think she was Native American, right? And I just hate to bag on Native Americans because they've had but I mean, she's just a fucking idiot, right? I mean, they all are cops. But I mean, it's like, from what I know about Native American situation right now, it's like, I read or whatever, like, endlessly, never has stopped massive losses of Native American people just go missing, right? Maybe the Native American cop should be worried about all the people abducting and who knows what Native American people. Not worry about what some lying ass fucking white piece of shit dude told you, broad, okay? Nah, they're fucking morons. I'm like the good guy. See that? Yeah, they would have you believe all this horse shit about me. But look, yeah, pure evil in the grass, is that what you want to think? I mean, it's just retarded. I mean, really. Grow up. Go find actual criminals. You're all just so dumb. It's just, And what started this whole thing? It's hilarious. I'm getting comments on videos. They're deleting my videos. They're deleting them off my computer. They're hacking into my computer trying to keep this quiet, right? Because they're such clowns, okay? Now let's just, right? First they tried to kill me with an arson fire. Then they tried to freaking frame me for arson, but that didn't work out for them. So then what they do is they run around just telling my neighbors and whoever, and now they're just text whoever, whatever, who knows, right? They're just like, we can't kill him. We can't set him up for fake crimes. So we're just gonna run around and tell people what, I'm a murderer. I mean, and honestly, I don't give a shit what people think about me as long as it's based on reality. So, yeah, it's a shame when, like, I feel sorry for someone. They only have 1 day a week at work. Their manager doesn't like them. I offer them a job, And boy, look at what twisted into the unlocked all the undercovers. We can. What are we gonna do? We can go into the freaking dispensary. Oh, yeah, we'll and then we'll ask them about the grass. Yeah, that'll be it. And then what? You're not dressed in fetish gear and the manager doesn't hate you. I don't feel sorry for you. You know? And that's what you're playing off of. You're playing off of the fact that I felt sorry for someone because they only had 1 day a week work and I thought they were hella cool and they might be hella cool. And it actually, you know, if the pigs did, like I think I give it 70, 80% chance, right? And she might still be hella cool. And just terrified. Because, you know, when you got these fucking pigs just making up stories. But you know what? And I don't know if she's cool or not. I have no idea. I know the pigs aren't cool. I know the pigs are stupid. So, yeah, I would rather not make videos like this. But I'm going to continue to document every retarded fucking thing you pigs do until you just simply go the fuck away and do a real job. And my whole fucking mission in life is to make it completely clear to the entire world that the basis of policing is fascist, that there is nobody going after the biggest criminals, because the biggest criminals are the ones who set up the police and pointed them at this subsection of crime. And let's not forget that most of these crimes that the cops have these big chunkies for were made up by racists with racist intent that have nothing to do at all with public safety, public health. No, okay? So, it's time to just break up this whole notion, like the cops are the good guys, they have the answers, and you know, no. It's quite contrary, okay? When you provide abundance for people, which we can because the technology is there, but they've artificially imposed scarcity to stay with the status quo because it's this fascist notion. Like you gotta have people with guns and cages or everything's gonna be like Road Warrior or something like that, right? And it's just this low IQ, zero creativity, zero vision type of person. The same person that didn't want to leave the cave originally. You know, the kids grow up and they're like, look, we built this house. And this caveman's like, no, I don't even want to leave. We always have lived in the cave. Okay, it's the same mentality. The same mentality that burned the freaking library at Alexandria down, that held all the information from the past. We would have warped space flight by now if it wasn't for the type of people that cops are. Okay, it's that type of people. It's the type of people. They're fascist and they want war. They don't care. Look at Russia right now. I mean, holy cow, Putin, a fascist. Now, there's these whole other fascists that are fucking in Russia attacking Russians, right? And Russia attacked Ukraine because apparently there was Nazis there. I mean, look, the fascists are just the ones that want war, the ones that think that killing's a solution, the ones that think that sending guys with guns and having cages. It's this fascist notion. Scarcity, fascism, okay, they go hand in hand, all right? We can provide abundance. Once we have abundance, then what the fuck do all those cops do? What is their jobs when we have abundance? Yeah, they'll turn into fucking ISIS if we don't do it in the exact way that I've already outlined over an 80-year period, okay? To denazify the world, to de-fascist the world. The world is a very fascist place. People torturing people to death, people, you know, slavery is fascism, war, I mean, is seems to be driven by fascists against fascists. I mean, this is like, I don't even know if they even, they just don't like, it's absolutely insanity what's going on in Russia right now. But there's the same mentality in this country. And this mentality of, we have the guns and we'll kill you, is holding the world back, is not letting us provide abundance, do warp space flight, okay? So, this is reality. I know, you hate it. You hate reality. He's bad. That guy is bad. I know it because I read this in this paper report from this other pig that was a lying piece of shit just like you. Pigs, normal people. Peace.